Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Meeting of the Mad Hares. We are starting a new book this week, Holes by Lewis Scar?
Sachar?
Sachar. I can't read. I promise I can, but like sometimes I have trouble with names. Anyway, so this is a pretty classic book. It was one of the Newbery Medal Award books, which is probably the only reason I have actually read this book prior to this uh, reading. My school had a rule you had to read like one of these books or another type of award book within a 6 week period to like get a passing um, participation part of your grade in English, I think was what the actual grading worked. But yeah. So on that note, who has actually read this book before, or who has seen the movie, and what is your experience so far?
I've seen the movie a couple of times when it came out. I have not read the book. Uh, so I'm going to be curious to see how it's different.
Okay. Grumpy?
Yeah,
I,
Sorry.
thou
sorry,
mayst
go ahead.
go ahead. Thou mayst go ahead, Rusty.
I was just gonna say that I had a similar experience as a cruiser. It's like I've seen the movie. This is the first time I'm reading the book.
I
Okay.
have not watched the movie, most because it was kind of during a time where I was absolutely not interested in live action anything. And then I don't know, my mom just had me read books like Shane and Western and Fahrenheit 451, so I guess this one just kind of got skipped. So,
Okay, so I'm the only one who's read the book, and Grumpy's the only one who hasn't seen the movie. Okay. So I have read the book, and obviously also watched the movie. It's actually one of my favorites because it's actually a really good and faithful adaptation. I'm just gonna say. Okay. So for our first reading, because when I was originally scheduling out what chapters to read, I didn't have the physical book in front of me, and I didn't realize that the first three chapters were like super short. So we
Yeah,
upped
I
it to
didn't
10
expect that either.
chapters. We upped it to 10 chapters. And on that note, who would like to start?
Well, I will say I like the fact that they made Stanley's last name his first name, just spelled backwards. Uh, so I just kind of went through like some of my other family members and what their names are, and what would be backwards. Like, okay, there's the perfect last name for you.
That
Like your name's Justin. Okay, your last name is Nitsuch.
sounds so wrong.
Let's see. Let's see here. Your name is Mark. Okay, you're Cram. It's an old me being a horror guy. It's an old trope, to take a name and spell it backwards, but have it apply to it being someone's uh, uh, birth name and have it be their last name as well. Like I couldn't help but get a bit of a chuckle at that.
Yeah, it's kind of fun because canonically in the book that um the first Stanley Yelnax, because this is a generational naming convention for the Yelnax family. The first Stanley Yelnax is named Stanley because his mother thought that the Yelnax spelled backwards was Stanley. So she was just like, that is hilarious. I'm going to name my son that just for that reason.
Uh, yeah, it is
Uh,
fun. It's like let let's see. Your name is Alcard, so your last name will be. Oh dear.
oh dear. Okay, so starting off, we are introduced to Stanley, who is on a bus heading off to Camp Green Lake. Sounds like a lovely time to spend his summer. Summer, wouldn't you agree?
Oh yeah, kind of like my experience with Green River, Utah.
But
Spoiler.
since I have never been to Green River, Utah, but in the same sense that Greenland is not green, Camp Green Lake is not green either.
We never saw Green River. It was all red desert and near about an abandoned town. At
And
least the part where we stayed at.
and let's be honest, should you really be jumping into water that's green?
Okay. I just had to double check something because of how Rusty was describing Green Lake, Utah, or Green River, Utah. Which was it?
Green River.
Okay. Because I thought maybe possibly it was an inspiration because of how you were describing it, but no, it was just me reaching. So yeah.
Hmm.
Whoopsie. Okay, anyway, I'm trying to find. Okay. I was trying to find threads, but I pulled on something that was not tied to anything else. Anyway. But yeah, Stanley is not off to a fun summer camp filled with adventure and friends. He's off to juvenile detention.
Which digging in the desert would that really be an effective way to an effective juvenile disciplinary?
I mean, make them miserable enough and they'll want to not go back. Kind of
There's a
like,
lot of It's like there's a lot of things in this juvenile detention that probably wouldn't fly in IRL. It's like I kind of feel like they exaggerated a good bit of this for a thematic effect, maybe.
Oh yeah, it's like would
um,
I would want to think that sending troubled youth into the middle of a area where there is hardly any water and forced to do manual labor would not be commonplace, but there are things such as wilderness camps. So, who knows?
I mean, there's also military camps meant for troubled troubled children who are meant they're meant to make you miserable enough to where you'll behave yourself because you don't want to go back. And so I wouldn't be surprised if they do kind of let you get a little hungry and a little thirsty.
But yeah. But what did Stanley do to get sent to detention from hell? He stole some shoes, allegedly.
Yeah, stealing shoes. But to my understanding, though, he didn't actually steal them. He just like they fell upon him or something.
Yeah. Okay, so
Yeah, just too bad that nobody believes him.
yeah, so it will be explained later on in the story. Oh gosh, Grumpy, I know how you feel now when I'm trying not to do spoilers.
Welcome to my torture.
Okay, but later on he will find out what actually happened with the shoes. But during his trial, Stanley claims that the shoes fell from the sky after he walked under an overpass. Obviously, someone tossed the shoes over the overpass, but these weren't just some regular shoes. There was now, seeing fact I don't know sports, there is I don't know if he's an actual person or if he's just an in-universe creation. There is a guy called Sweet Feet, and that's his nickname, and he played baseball, I think?
I thought it was
Yes.
basketball.
Uh,
I think in the book is baseball. They might have changed it
yeah.
to basketball in the game. 1 second. Skimming. Baseball player. Yeah, he was a baseball player. In the book, he was a baseball player. I do believe in the movie they changed it to basketball. Because who played? 1 second, I must Google.
And yeah, Clyde Livingston is indeed a fictional character in
Okay.
the book series.
Okay, but Clyde Livingston is Sweet Feet, and he was a baseball player in here. And the reason why his shoes being stolen was such a big deal was because they were actually up for auction at a homeless shelter, and all the proceeds were going to go to funding the homeless shelter and let them have more funds.
Which kind of begs the question: who's paying that much money for shoes?
Rich people.
Rich
There is a
people.
Yeah, but even then, there are
huge
better investments than
sneaker.
shoes.
Well, like I'm
There's a
just
huge
saying,
sneaker club culture. So,
like
like,
like sneakerheads are a thing,
Oh,
and
absolutely.
on
But
top
if you're
of
trying to,
that, people who want shoes of it canonically in the book of famous athletes.
I'm not
I was
saying
more
those don't exist, but I'm saying if you're trying to fund a homeless shelter, you're gonna need more than that.
surprised that the shoes were only going for 5,000. Then again, I mean, this was written in what, like the when was this book written?
I want to say 93.
Yeah, so inflation hasn't hit quite that hard, especially compared
Fair
to
enough.
today. But still, it's like I'm thinking
1998.
5,000. That's it. Yeah,
1998.
but no, it's like rich people with good investments is like unless they're specifically got rich off of good investments, like most rich famous people aren't really good with money unless they're actually trained with it or know how to use it.
$5,000 in 1998 would be equivalent to about 10 grand in today's money.
that's a good amount.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, fair point.
I mean, and also I believe in the fundraiser, it wasn't just the shoes. I think what was it? The rich were paying $100 to eat the same food as the homeless people were eating, or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
it
homeless
was
people
like
would
a
eat for
charity,
free.
somewhat like galas. Like it was a charity fundraising event, and the shoes were just valued at $5,000 because that's how much they approximated made it to go at auction. It could have gone for more, but for the purposes of the trial, that's what they were charging him with: theft of something over 5K,
Which makes the
Hey, the way
crime
how
that much more.
which ups the
100.
penalty for it.
Yeah.
yeah, which I mean, the way how everybody was reacting to like how he was with him allegedly stealing the shoes, like you'd think that he stole the cure to cancer of or something.
Well, how
It's like I get
they
it.
go ahead.
It's like I get it. It's money going to the homeless shelter, but dear Lord, it's like they're making out like he's a despicable evil person when it's like he's first of all, even if he did do it, he's a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I can think of worse things teenagers have done on the regular.
I can agree, but also I think it was they were trying to basically shame him for stealing from homeless people, which is basically they were arguing. But yeah,
Yeah.
I think in today's climate, we see like he stole a pair of shoes, sent him for like a month or two in like community service. But no, this got him 18 months in a juvenile detention center in the middle of a desert. But yeah.
Yeah.
So Stanley gets to the Camp Green Lake. There's nothing for as far as the eye can see. The only green thing at this quote unquote lake are two trees that no one dares go near because they're at the warden's house. And he meets Mr. Sir. Oh, good grief. It's like, I
It
want to say Mr. Sir wasn't as big of a character in the book as he was in the movie.
it's like my name is not Sir, it is Mr. Sir to you. It's
Pretty
like
much.
yeah.
Is he the one with the sunflower seed addiction?
Yes, he is.
I mean, it's better than smoking. Don't get me wrong. So
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But like seeing fact, I'm going to hope that they're not salted sunflowers, because if you're eating what, if we're going by the movie, which is probably about a 5-pound burlap sack of those a week, oh my gosh, the salt content. How much water are you having to drink to compensate that? Especially in that
Well, they're out in the
heat.
desert, so I think he probably drinks plenty of water.
Well, like, yeah, but like he's eating that much salt on top of that, it's probably not good for him.
No, probably not.
He drank a lot of soda.
That he did. That he did. But
Something else that just crossed my mind was like when I was reading the description of Stanley and like how he was like the most overweight kid in his class, and it's like I was trying, I had to do a double take on like or a Google search on like the actors in the movie, and it's like, yeah, that's all right. It's like they did not it's like I was thinking Stanley did not seem that big in the movies, so it's like,
yeah, I was like,
but it was
remember
just
when I said it was a pretty good, faithful adaptation? It was not a perfect one. Primarily because the director of the movie did not want to put Shia LaBeouf in a fat suit in the middle of where they were shooting, which it probably wasn't as hot as like in the book, but is not probably good to have someone walking around in a fat suit. It wasn't healthy, so they didn't want to put the kids through that.
yeah,
It was hard enough filming out there anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah. Well, after Stanley gets his new clothes or basically his work jumpsuits, and they check his bags, make sure he wasn't bringing anything he shouldn't in, he gets assigned to his tent, and he meets his tent's counselor, which is Mr. Pedansky.
I like him. He seems like a cool.
He seems like a cool dude.
Yeah, so far.
He's like the Ned Flanders of the story.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah. It's like to me, it feels like he's trying too hard to be the hello, fellow kids kind of person. It's like trying too hard to. Trying too hard to play the good cop.
Yeah, he's definitely. I would classify him as a tryhard. And I also think that the kids in that we're going to be getting to know make fun of him given the nickname that they give him, because everyone here has a nickname and you tend to know them better by their nicknames, even though you are told their quote unquote real names. We first get introduced to, who was it? I know Zigzag. Oh no, it was Squid and X-Ray. Squid, I don't remember seeing all that much, but X-Ray is one of the more well-known guys in the tent. So let me see if I remember them all. There was Squid, X-Ray, Stanley, aka Caveman, Armpit, Zigzag, Zero. I think there's one more.
Zero.
I think there's one more, but I might be wrong. Anyway, so Stanley is taking over taking the place, because the whole reason why he's out there was because there was a vacancy. And the vacancy was caused by something happened to this one kid named Barfbag. And I can't remember if they explain it in the book, but in the movie, it's because he willingly got himself bit by a rattlesnake.
It's one way to escape camp.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I
think in the book they just said like he was still in the hospital and wouldn't be coming back to the camp.
Yeah, it's like he got bit by a rattlesnake in the movie. I'm trying to remember if like later on they actually tell him, yeah, that's what he did. But like, there's a lot of things around Camp Green Lake that is not good to be bit by. Some are worse than others.
The main one is me.
No, I think the worst thing would probably be the yellow spotted lizards. Because those will flatline you in 15 minutes.
So they say.
So they say. But yes. Let's see. And like a good chunk of this is basically just setting up the gist of the story. I don't think it's until chapter 7 till we start getting flashbacks to alternate timelines. Like I like the story with Camp Green Lake, the story with the kids and all that stuff. That's really fun. I personally prefer because like overall there's going to be 3 storylines being weaved through this book. I really enjoy the one with Kissing Kate Barlow personally because I'm a hopeless romantic. But also, we have Kissing Kate, who was mentioned fleetingly, and then there is the Camp Green Lakes timeline, and then there's also the timeline with Stanley Yelnax's good for nothing, dirty, rotten, pig stealing great great grandfather.
I was waiting for that. It's like, okay, we're taking inspiration here from history. Nice.
I don't understand the reference you're making, so please explain.
There was Hatfield McCoy, remember? You guys don't remember that whole debacle that happened? There was basically 2 rivaling families in the South, and one of them stole a pig from another, and they butted heads for decades over it.
I didn't realize a pig theft was the reason for the feud.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I can't remember how long back we're talking, but we're definitely talking way back in history. So,
Yeah.
When I heard pig steal, I'm like, okay, we got like a Hatfield McCoy reference here. Good, I like it.
Yeah, it's like back in those days, like pig stealing was almost about as bad as horse theft.
Oh yeah, I mean, like a horse was the closest thing you had to a car back then, and pigs. I mean, you can eat those.
I mean, that's pretty much. Yeah, that's like that's pretty much like your entire life savings in food right there.
Okay. What caused the Hatfield and McCoy feud? Although anecdotal evidence of the feud cites its origins from divided loyalties during the Civil War or dispute over a pig, Waller says the root of the Hatfield-McCoy dispute was the nation's increasing demand for harvesting timber from the lands of Tug Valley on the Kentucky-West Virginia border. Okay.
My dad swore up and my dad swore up and down. It's like he saw this mini series about the Hatfields McCoys, and there's this one scene that he always references. What started the feud was when the 2 wives got into a spat, and one of them threw a jar of jelly down, and he's like, "That's what started the whole feud with that damn jar of jelly." I don't know why he was. It's like everybody thought it was the pig, but it was that damn jar of jelly and those women getting at
You learn new things every day.
it. Yep.
Indeed,
But,
but there was that feud going on for decades, and hearing this story reference the Hatfield McCoy thing, I got a good chuckle out of that.
It's like, it's always fun when books reference history, because then it's just like you can pull that up and be like, "How that's hilarious."
Yep.
Sorry, I was Googling additional information about the Hatfield McCoy, because that, like, unlocked, like, a History Channel documentary from, like, way back when History Channel actually showed history and not just alien everything.
Yeah, it was like during when Pawn Stars was at its peak.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Supposedly, someone brought in a gun that was from one of the families, but they couldn't directly connect it to it.
That's always the downside of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But, yeah. It's I enjoy like the two shoot off timelines. Not because I don't like the story that Stanley's living through, but I kind of find the history behind what caused all this misfortune to fall. I like knowing the source of it. Because we get introduced. Let's go ahead and jump up to chapter 7, where we actually get some of these flashbacks. Stanley's great great grandfather was named Elya Yelnats, and he lived in Latvia. Latvia?
Latvia.
Latvia. And because I am geographically challenged, it is. Looks to be a small country. Well, I don't know if it's exactly small. It's up there near Russia, above Lithuania. It's East Europe. So. But yeah. So he is a strapping young lad of 15, 16, and he falls in love with a girl. The age-old story. But because it is probably, the 1800s, maybe earlier, this young girl's father is considering a 40-year-old man to be her husband. This is another thing I'm happy they changed in the movie.
Yeah, it was actually
problems.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was actually a 57-year-old guy. So...
See, I just blocked it out. It doesn't make it any better. But yeah, it's like
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't make it any better. But so Elya is wanting to win the heart and hand of his beloved, who I don't even know he exists, even though they live in a small village. Anyway, so Elya goes and seeks the advice of Madame Zeroni. Madame Zeroni, who is an old Egyptian woman who lives by herself and has one foot, but apparently can still get around enough that she can feed her pigs and stuff. Either that or Elya helps out a lot more than I think. And so she's trying to dissuade him. It's like, you don't need this girl. She has no intelligence. The lights are on. No one's home. It's like, she's not a good life partner for you. Cause, hint, hint, nudge, nudge, you need to be able to have a conversation with your partner, not just have a pretty face to look at.
But a pretty face goes a long way.
She has the personality of a flower pot.
An empty one.
Yes, an empty flower pot.
Yes. So, yeah. It's like, but Elya only has eyes for his beloved, and I don't think he's thinking with the right head. So, his friend says, okay, you know what? There's a pig that just got born the other day. It's the runt of the litter. You take that. And you do this. You're going to take this pig up the mountain every day. You're going to let it drink from the river, and you're going to take care of it. And every day you're going to sing the special song. And then you're going to, on the day of your beloved's 15th birthday, which is when they're going to be doing this pig selection thing, you're going to carry it up for the last time, and then give it to her father, and the pig will be heavier than the other guy's offered bride price. But when you are done with that, you are going to come back, and you're going to carry me up the mountain and sing while I drink, so that I will not be stuck in this wheelchair anymore, and I will have more strength. So, he does this. Not only does he take care of this pig, he also gains in strength every day. So he's used to be a scrawny little bean, and now he's a little bit more strapping young man because he can actually carry a full-grown pig up a mountain by himself because he's been doing that for several days at this point. And just because I am curious, that's about 700 pounds, ladies and gentlemen.
Dang.
It's like adult farm pigs can weigh in between 3 to 700 pounds.
Yeesh.
Now, think about carrying that up an incline. No, thank you.
Imagine that at the Olympic Games.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
That's a sport I'd be willing to watch.
Yeah.
It'd be strictly a Southern event. Greetings, y'all! And welcome all you bag foreigners from other nations.
America would
Welcome to-
smoke all the other countries.
We
Yeah.
would win. Elia, because he wants to look good for the lady he loves, decides on the last day not to take the pig up on the mountain. Instead, he spends the time dolling himself up, looking nice, and he takes the pig, and lo and behold, the pigs weigh exactly the same. Which causes an issue. Who to pick now?
Yeah, go with a pig.
It's a pig. So, long story short, Madame Z was right. She had nothing between the ears, and instead of picking the guy who obviously liked her, she first asked, hey, which pig is bigger? And then can't make up her mind between a boy her own age and a guy who could literally be her father.
Her grandfather in this day and age.
Yeah, maybe. So, seeing that, let's just say, Ilya's rose-colored glasses were thoroughly smashed that day, and in his heartbrokenness, he wanders down to the docks, sees that they are hiring people to work on the ship in exchange for a passage to the New World, and he gets on and does not think about the fact that he still has a bargain that has not been completed yet. And thus his bloodline was cursed.
Poor
I mean, he remembers, but it's way too late.
Yeah, dude can't turn around the ship himself.
Nope. He's not strong enough for that.
Yeah. But I do like it that he meets a woman who is basically the exact opposite of the girl he fell for originally, the start of this whole debacle. It's like, she's smart, she can have a conversation with him, and she makes him laugh. So, like, it's a good relationship, but that doesn't stand for some bad luck that's going to basically be plaguing his bloodline until much, much later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What they said.
But yeah, it's like this first little bit, well, like the first chunk is basically setting up. It's a lot of setup. It's a lot building up. Stanley is not doing well with his whole digging assignment because dadgum, who could easily dig a 5x5x5 hole. We kind of wrap up this week's reading with Stanley officially getting his nickname, which is Caveman. And I don't understand how they came up with Caveman, especially with the order of how things went.
I didn't quite get.
It's like, if I remember the movie correctly, I think he found the fish fossil first, and that's how he got the nickname in the movie. I don't understand how he got the nickname Caveman prior to that. But that's what happened in the book. He got the nickname of Caveman, and then he found a fossil.
Yeah, it's like in the book, it's like he got the nickname at the same time that he was about to get into a fight with Lump
It's like I think
or
he
the
just
Lump.
was calling that kid the Lump because he didn't know the guy's name or nickname. So that's just what he was mentally calling him.
I mean, with how some of these nicknames are, it's like I wouldn't be surprised if his nickname actually was the Lump.
I wouldn't be surprised either. I just don't know if that was actually his name or just what Stanley was calling him internally for his internal monologue.
Yeah.
Any other comments, questions, or concerns so far pertaining to the book reading so far?
I do appreciate, because I went ahead and looked it up. I do appreciate how the lizards in the movie are bearded dragons. I was like, oh, my babies.
Yeah, I think they just put like color safe dye on on a bunch of bearded lizards.
Yeah,
I know.
word of caution: if you're a fan of those kind of reptiles, you might want to avoid Florida for a little bit.
I think you're thinking about iguanas.
Or
Yeah.
aren't all lizards cold-blooded?
Yes, they are. Bearded dragons, people mistake them to be horny toads a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah, I think you're
okay
thinking
then.
of iguanas because I know iguanas, especially during when it's cold, especially down in Florida, they tend to get so cold they kind of fall asleep and then start falling out of trees.
Yeah, there was a big
Alrighty then.
statewide pick 'em up and bring 'em in.
Aren't iguanas technically an invasive species in Florida?
Yes, very
Okay.
much so. Um, but it does kind of it this movie, the movie probably would explain because I've had a lot of people because I've owned a handful of bearded dragons, and people always say, "Are they poisonous or venomous?" And I'm like, No. Would a 16-year-old, own an animal? Would my parents let me own an animal that is venomous? No. And for the longest time, I always wondered, why do people think these bearded dragons are venomous? And I think it's because of this movie.
It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, that
I
is
mean,
around the. I mean, that would be the time frame. It's like
I
yeah,
mean,
when.
to be fair, a lot of people don't know a lot. Don't know their reptiles. I mean, case in point, I just demonstrated. So, and plus, not to mention, there is negative connotation with the word dragon. So, if
Bearded
you want to,
dragons are
give people
basically just
some
scaly puppies.
they're so
Yeah.
cute.
I saw Grumpy walk into class with one on a leash before.
There was one, I was at a convention, I was selling my stuff, and then I'm just kind of, doing my thing, running the booth and whatnot. My husband taps me on the shoulder and points me, and there's this gentleman who has one just on his shoulder, just sitting there on a leash. And I went, oh, can I hold the baby?
Of
And
course
I
you
held,
Oh,
would!
and he was a good boy. He sat there and was just looking around. And I was like, I want to take you home with me.
oh my gosh! I'm now envisioning Grumpy with a pet bearded dragon and Countess with a pet opossum.
Oh, so
That's
I have stories I can tell you about the bearded dragons I've owned. Oh my gosh, hilarity. They have such so much.
if there is one wild animal I would love to have as a pet, even though they're technically not domesticated, it's a fox.
Hey, they might
Yeah,
be getting there soon. It's like, I think there are
I
breeders
I've
up in Russia who are breeding, like, domesticated foxes.
I have been hearing that.
I mean,
I think I heard that like a couple of decades ago, even.
Eh.
well, hopefully we'll get there because honestly, they're basically like a cat and a dog mixed together. Like the best comment I ever
Yeah.
saw was a fox is a dog's hardware with a cat's software.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that checks out.
one downside I've heard about foxes is that they pee everywhere. It's part of just what they do. And I was like, oh, I didn't know that.
I
And
think that's
so, because
Yeah,
this
I
lady,
have heard.
no,
I mean,
well, like this lady has had two foxes, and when they meet, they kind of just, at first, they just kind of open their mouths and do that sound, and they pee. And she was like, yep, I'm doing this again. I'm just like, oh,
Is that a
then why aren't
dominance
they?
thing?
No, I think it's just something foxes do. It's just something they do. I don't know. They didn't. the foxes didn't look like they were like one trying to dominate the other or whatnot. It was just almost like they were just looked like they were just greeting each other, just
Okay, so
like
peeing is
like
the
they
fox equivalent to butt sniffing with dogs.
I guess.
either
I
that
guess.
either that or either that or they get so excited that they just pee all over the place, like how some dogs are.
Mm.
Maybe.
But when dogs do that, that's like a submissive behavior. Cause like my parents have had a couple of dogs where that is an issue, and that's purely a submissive behavior with them. At least with the dogs I've seen.
Mm.
I mean, maybe they one was being submissive to the other, but they're just I don't know fox behaviors. They were just kind of looking. They were just kind of looking up at the ceiling and opening their mouths, going like they do sometimes.
Yeah.
And they just one and they both just peed. And
I
so I'm
mean,
like, interesting.
That
otters
would
look
probably
cool
that, would-
too, but they squeak way too much.
They do squeak.
that would probably explain why most pet foxes that I've seen on the internet are probably typically outside.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah. Honestly, Grumpy, I'm surprised you have not expanded your reptile collection.
It's called having a husband.
I understand that.
You say your husband's a
Yes.
reptile?
No.
If only.
Grumpy's
I love you,
husband is not the biggest fan of a lot of reptiles.
Let me put it this way. When I go to a reptile house in a zoo, I go shopping, and my husband's right by next to me going, no, no, no.
No.
Yeah, yes. Case in point, I get to the reticulated pythons that are like 20 feet long, and I go, oh, ooh, and David goes,
Nope. Eat me.
yeah, yeah. So that is this man here. I love you, honey. He's the reason why my reptile collection is not big at all. So
Reptile collection is just one hog-nosed snake.
yeah,
Mr. Sniffles.
so yeah. Though I do want a beardy, so I miss having a beardy. I
Yeah.
found I am more of a lizard person than I am a snake person. Snakes are cool. I love snakes, but I do love my beardies. So anyway,
If my mother hadn't threatened that she would never come and visit me if I ever got a snake, I probably would already have like a ball python. In all honesty,
oh, ball pythons, they're so cute.
they're like snake puppies. They're like the puppy. They are the snake equivalent of puppies. Like I randomly went into a pet store one day and they had it was like a orange. It was like a yellow and black. I think it was actually a bumblebee one, which I was actually surprised because the more I looked into it, I think that's the coloring that they are notorious for having neurological issues. So a lot of breeders don't want to continue their bloodlines, and obviously, if they create kids that are have health issues like that. But this one just like cuddled up to my neck and was just like chilling on my shoulder and just wrapping around my hand. It was so sweet. But it was also $300 and I was flat broke.
To get your fix, just go to a reptile show. There's one that travels around. That's how I get my fix.
Yeah, I should try that one time.
You could just come down to Gatorland.
If I came down to Gatorland, my poor husband will have to be holding on to me because I would want to cuddle the gators.
I'm telling you.
Let me into the... If they let me hold a baby gator, they will have to search me on the way out because I would probably try to sneak it out. Because I love the sound they make when they're babies. It tickles like a part of my brain that makes me want to melt and cuddle it aggressively.
Calling for mama, please.
Mama.
Oh my gosh, I probably should show you like some of the videos I've seen of like just a whole group of baby gators just all calling.
Oh my gosh, that sound, I love it so much, but I know it would mean death because the mama would be like, what are you doing with my kids? I'm just like, babysitting?
You need the night off, Mom.
Okay.
She would reply, no, actually, I actually ordered takeout, and it's you.
Yes. But on that note, let's see. We are on chapter 11. How do we feel reading through chapter 22 that's just shy of 50 pages?
Sure.
Alrighty,
All right.
sounds good.
Okay, awesome sauce. Okay, so I hope everyone has had a wonderful time, and I hope you continue enjoying your read through Holes. Please support your local libraries if you can, and we'll see y'all next time. Bye!
Good night.
Bye, y'all.
I want to hold a bearded dragon.